By developing this model, we are trying to show you how the excretory system works. The excretory system is the body system whose main function is to eliminate waste from the body, and it can do it whether by sweating or producing urine. Okay, in this model, we are going to focus on the second function of the excretory system, which is producing urine. Okay, the main organs that are in charge of producing urine are the kidneys. Okay, the main function of the kidneys is filtering the blood that, well, it comes from the artery, and then the clean blood is released by the kidney and goes through the vein. And what about the wastes? The wastes are filtered by the kidney, and then they are released through two tubes that are called gallbladder. But why does the blood need to be filtered? Well, the liver is an organ who is in charge of maintaining homeostasis by eliminating wastes from the body, from transforming these wastes into less toxic substances. For instance, the ammonia is transformed by the liver into urea, and then the urea is released into the blood, and the blood, it becomes contaminated, and then the kidneys are in charge of filtering that blood and cleaning that. And then, after being filtered by the kidneys, the clean blood is released into the veins, and then it comes back to the heart and the other parts of the body. And about the wastes, they are released also through the ureters, and they are stored in the bladder until it is filled enough so that they can be released through the urethra, and then is when we pee.
Here we have the base of our project. The representation of an average 16-year-old female body. The materials are a mannequin, ruler, scissors, hose, tape, and a bottle.
Clear tape, cloth, stuffing, chickpeas, a syringe, a PVC wire connector, another hole, a cutter, a big pair of scissors, and a glue gun.
This is the descending aorta, and these are the renal arteries. It is in the left side of the body and lets the blood to flow through the body.
When the descending aorta gets the blood to the kidneys, the inferior vena cava that is on the right side of the body returns the blood upwards. The classical representation of the veins is that they are blue and
the arteries are red.
So that's why we are covering with tape of that color.
We researched for the average size of a 16-year-old kidney. The dimensions that we found: length between 10 and 13 centimeters, width between 5 and 8, and thickness between 2 and 2.5. The final product, a kidney.
Here there are the finished kidneys. However, it is important to add the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands are the ones that control the hormones that are produced in our body, for example, adrenaline. Now, for the representation of these glands, we're going to use chickpeas.
To represent the bladder, we will use this plastic bottle, and to represent the uterus, we will use this hose. We chose this plastic bottle because it has the same capacity of a 16-year-old girl's bladder, and when it is full. The full capacity of a bladder is from between 400 milliliters to 600 milliliters.
In this diagram, you can see how our model is going to work. First, the water is poured into the tube, the valve is opened, it is conducted through the tube, simulating the veins, water passes through the kidneys where the colorant will make it turn yellow, and then through the tubes until chasing the bottle. Then water is stored in the bottle until it is filled, and the valve is going to be opened, and it will be said how urine is being released.
The project is almost ready, but we still have to do some modification to its design in order to make it more attractive for public in general, especially children. It can be said that we built the skeleton of the model, and we need to add just some details to make it more interesting, attractive, and awesome.
At first, the creation of the model appeared really hard. However, after investigating how it worked, it turned out to be really simple. The 70% of the work consists on the materials, to make the kidneys, the bladder, among others. To complete the model, it is only needed to get everything together.
The excretory system is a body system that performs the process of eliminating wastes. Important parts of the body involved are the liver and the kidney system. I think that is an important process because if we didn't eliminate wastes, we could be almost dying by accumulating this trash.
This project was very interesting of investigate and develop. We only need to add certain characteristics for the outsider to get interested on the model.
In this stage, the most important part was to obtain all the materials needed to make the prototype. Sometimes the theoretical part was ready, but there were no specific materials in the specific proportion to work with. In other cases, materials like liquids have other properties and were more difficult to use because the project had to have no damages. My main work was to define the time in which the team would perform some activities.
Something so simple, like cut a piece of hose and adorn it with tape, or investigate the dimensions of our body. All these little steps create something that we can call ours. I'm so proud of our project. Maybe we create something very simple, but for me, it's the meaning of working in teams and help each other. Also, now I understand how simple we see the processes in our bodies and how complex they really are.